Good morning. Today is TATTON Park 5k. It feels ridiculous to be up this early and to travel for longer than what the race is going to last me, but that's just what we're doing. Whoopsie. Cold coffee, cold milk and the coffee this morning, so I'll drink it quickly. Let's take you upstairs. Hi, cat! Meow! I think this is what we're going with. I am indeed getting the old carbons out for this. Yeah, piece of string. Ow, what's itching me? What is that? Sorted. Lovely. I am mostly excited for this morning to do this presenting bit. I've never really done... Oh no. I obviously did performing arts at uni, but I've never actually really stood there with a microphone and gone back and forth. I feel quite confident in my abilities too, but I'm quite excited. And this actually came about as a result. I had a bit of a situation on Instagram this week, and I'm not going to go into loads of detail about it, but it was to do with women in sport, and it was quite a negative situation. Tuesday night, or Monday night, maybe it was that early, I couldn't sleep at all because of it, and I was just trying to think, how can I, rather than getting mad and upset at the situation, how can I turn it into something positive? What can I do at this event on Saturday, on International Women's Day, when I'm going racing a 5k? What can I do to make it into a positive situation? So I emailed my contact for a run through who organised the event for me, because I did a podcast a little bit ago. He was like, you can have 2 entries for it. So this was through that. So I messaged him and I was like, I have this idea about interviewing women and finding out their why, but I want to do it officially and properly, and I want to be there with a run through microphone and to share it on your page. I don't want to just look like a weirdo that's going around interviewing women. And yeah, we've set it up. It's cool. But I'm meeting the guy in 1 hour. Hence why I'm up this early. I'm gonna stop talking to you because I literally have 10 minutes before I need to leave. So I'm gonna go do my hair, eat some food, and just finish getting ready. And then I'll check in with you in a sec. I'm ready. Yes. Should we go?
Yeah.
I think we should. Oh, let me get some electrolytes. Some electrolytes.
A Nutella croissant. A pistachio cream croissant.
Mine.
A jam croissant.
What's the last one?
Another jam croissant.
Oh, right, okay. That's breakfast. I've never actually done a 5k event before. I went straight, when I started running, to a half marathon. And it's going to feel really weird finishing the race and being like, ugh, I've still got the whole entire rest of the day. Whoa, that's salty. These are my vitamins. Vitamins that I've been taking every morning. Oh, focus. There we go. Because I'm a child and I like the gummies. There's so much! Oh my god. That would have been awful if I'd have forgotten that. I don't think I'm going to go all out for today. It's been a really heavy week. I'm on 9.5 hours already. And I have another 5k event next week. I'm racing the Podium 5k, which is organised by Sports Shoes. And that's been through Garmin, which is very exciting. But it's literally like all the elite runners in the country, and I'm going to come last. So I said to my coach, I've got these 2 5k events. This one this weekend, I just want to be a fun one. And then next weekend is the go for it, try and get PB one. I say that, and then when I get on the start line today, I'll probably just go for it anyway. We'll see what I can do, and then use this week to strategize. Oh, my vitamin. The only thing I'll say is that we were hiking a lot last week, and we went up to, what's it called? Scotland. for our honeymoon, which I didn't vlog. I'm very sorry because I was on my honeymoon. We did a lot of hiking and we've not hiked in a really long time, so my calves, I feel like still now are not fully recovered. It's fine. It is what it is, and I'm gonna stop talking and we're gonna get in the car and go now. Bye. What are you having? Look how beautiful it is. It's like the northern version of Richmond Park, but just much, much smaller. And you can't do loops in it. I wish you could. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If you've not, then hello, welcome for the first time. Oh, a duck. 2 ducks. Oh, he's flying. A squirrel. So much wildlife. There's deer here as well, apparently. I'm a triathlete, mostly middle and long distance. And the reason I'm doing this 5K today is because I've had many breakdowns to my coach over the winter time about my speed, because I feel like I've lost so much of it. And if you follow me on Instagram, and you would have seen my last 5K PB attempt just didn't go very well. And it was around this time last year where I set my current PB, and I haven't been able to beat it since. I don't think I'm going to beat it today. I just don't think that's going to happen because I've got very tired legs. And we were going to taper down for this one, but we decided to taper down for next week's instead. Only a small taper. It's only a 5K. Which I probably shouldn't really say, because to some people that's a lot. To me, it was a lot at one point. Although it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be 5 kilometers of zone 5 heart rate, which I very rarely get into, and it's not something that I'm comfortable with. Oh my god, there was a goat! Yeah, loads of people here already. Loads. Here we are.
To our sponsors today, would not be possible to run club app. So guys, make sure you have another little look at that today.
Just got to the event village and found Rafe, who is the videographer for Run Through, and now gonna go use the Portaloos, come back. Because the coffee's working its magic. Huh? 23. Yeah, it was really fun. Got to speak to. Immediately a girl came up to me and said, oh, I follow you on Instagram, and I followed her back, and we're going to go out for a ride together because she's doing Swansea. And she was like, I've not really ridden a bike yet. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to go out for a ride together then. And then I got 2 other young girls, and then I got 2 older ladies. And yeah, it was really nice. I wasn't shaky, so that's good. Alright, let's go watch the 10K go.
And have a wonderful, wonderful run.
I get really emotional at race starts when I look at everyone, because I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna cry. It's just nice, isn't it? Because like it's easy for some people, but it's. I heard a girl, she walked past and she went, oh, I'm scared, and I think I forget how scary a 10K used to be to me, like 5 years ago, less than that, probably. I think about 4 years ago, I think around this time was my first ever 10K, and I just completely raw dogged it, and my legs were absolutely shot for days afterwards. But yeah, it's just really nice that the race starts, because you see on everyone's faces like all the nerves and excitement, and everyone has like been through their own sort of journey to be here, no matter how big or small the race is. Like, don't know, everyone started somewhere. It's just really nice. A Knickerbocker Sunday after the race. That's what I want. And if they ask for a flavour, then chocolate, not strawberry. Normally, to a run event like this, I would opt to wear something Ironman so that people know I can't run very well because I do Ironman races. Nothing Ironman today apart from that. Alright, I'm gonna do some running. We're walking to the start. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna chill. No pressure. No pressure on myself. I'll be happy with anything under 24 minutes for this. I'm gonna go at a pace that is like slightly uncomfortable. Look at the plane. Wow. I'm gonna go find the pacer, 22:30 pacer, and I'm gonna try and stick with him.
2.5 minutes, head on round this group. So if you're running 25 minutes or under, make your way onto the start tunnel. 27.5 now, our next pace group. We have got a wonderful team of pacers out there today who will be helping you guys around the course.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so looking at my stats for the race, I intended to go out at a 7-minute mile, and that is exactly what I started at. My average pace for my first mile was 7:02, and then it did drop down to 7:06 on the second mile, just after the second mile, and we start going uphill, that my pace really dropped down. So my third mile was actually 7:42, which is 42 seconds slower. So that slight incline and the heat of the sun really did take it out of me a little bit. So I ended with a total average of 7:17 minute mile. So that got me a 22:41 5k, which is quite far off my PB. But as I said, given like the heavy training weeks so far, I am quite happy with that. And next week at podium, I'm going to try and make that
All going across, brilliant effort.
It's really hot. Oh my god. It's really hot. Oh. Let's get a what's it called? Thumbnail. That was a humbling experience. Fucking hill. That was a hill. Ooh, flat and friendly. It's not flat. That was not flat. I think the heat just made it so much worse. It's not even that hot, but I just can't handle the sun. I just can't handle any kind of sun on me at all. We'll see what we got. Nuts. Corn. More nuts. A ginger biscuit. There was cake as well, but I feel too sick for cake. 22:41. I'd like to say I didn't full gas it, but I was trying. I'm not disappointed because I've had a really big training week, but I'm fit to race. And we are leaving. I'm trying to tell myself that I'm not disappointed with that today, but it's really hard to not be, because I did feel like I was actually trying pretty hard. I came third in my category and 5th overall. We're gonna get a PB next week. Today wasn't about getting a PB, and it wasn't the course for it anyway. I'm not, you know, people always say to me though, like, oh yeah, go, and when you try and get a PB, you should put yourself in a race environment to do it, because that it will give you like a bit of extra, you know, oomph to go. But it doesn't help me. I don't like. I'd rather just suffer on my own. Although that did go quicker than my previous 5k attempts. But yeah, I'd still just rather do it on my own, to be honest. This was a good event though. Got lots of nuts at the end of it. It was very well signposted. It was very friendly. The spectators were very nice. The ice cream was very good. It wasn't obviously like super hilly, but even the slightest gradient in a 5k attempt really has an effect on your performance. I would say I was definitely holding back at the beginning, like I wasn't doing my full-on pace, but I also couldn't then hold that for the rest. I don't know, as I've said, I've already had a pretty heavy week, so I'm trying not to be disappointed. I shouldn't be disappointed. 22:41. My chip time was 22:44 apparently. Oh yeah, because it finished a tiny bit early and I stopped my watch. I wasn't up to the finish line yet, but my watch had hit 5k and I was like, done. Let's see if Strava has taxed me for it. It's not, and Strava's given me my 3rd fastest time in the 5k. Which I know what Daniel's going to say. Daniel's going to be like, oh, you're training more, you're doing more hours, you're doing more high intensity stuff. That's why you've not got your 5k PB. And I know he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. But it's still just hard. But it's fine. We're going to taper down for next week's event and try and actually get a decent... No, I shouldn't say that because it is a decent time. A slightly better time than what I did today at next week's event. That's the plan. Yoo-hoo! I am back home. I am clean. I am slightly recovered. Let's have a bit of a debrief, shall we? That's nice and lukewarm. That was a really, really fun event. It was like super beginner friendly, really just friendly in general. There were lots of dogs, which I was happy about. There was a really big Doberman that was really goofy and I loved him so much. And there were some Rottweilers. We didn't bring our Rottweiler because she is too bad. On you. Got it. Come here, Dan. Oh, hi. Oh, goodness me. Look how bad she is. Let's speak about pre-race, because initially this race was supposed to be a 5km PB. Oopsie, sorry. But then since I booked it in podium, which is next week, I decided to not try and full gas this one and to just have fun, and also to celebrate International Women's Day. Didn't actually manage to get a lot of B-roll, but I did do a few interviews for that, for the Run Through Instagram channel, which you can go and like check them out. We'll put an @ here if you want to go and watch that video, and that was really nice. It was really lovely being able to talk to a few different women about their why they got into running, and also for any advice that they might have for other women that want to get into running. So I thought it'd be nice to finish this video talking about my why and what advice I would give other women to get into running. Okay? So I don't really have a very like romantic story with running. I think it was pretty similar to a lot of people's. It definitely didn't start off as a good relationship because I was very much running to lose weight. I always say I started in 2021, but actually the reality is I actually started in about 2018, maybe 2017. But when I say started, I mean I went and I suffered on the treadmill. I did sprint intervals and then ran for a minute, walked for a minute until I hit 5 kilometers. And yeah, when I first started, it was just punishment. It was, I need to lose some weight and this is how I'm going to do it, and I absolutely hated it. And then I'd say even in 2021, when I started doing it outside and I started being more consistent with running, it was still a weight loss thing for me. It was still a punishment. I still didn't enjoy it, basically. Oh my god, that's so cold. When I started teaching and running whilst teaching, that was when running became something else for me, because I didn't really know this at the time, but I didn't really enjoy teaching very much, and I didn't realise how much I would actually look forward to my runs. So this was when I was training for my 2nd marathon. So it did take that long for me to actually start genuinely enjoying the run. From then, running just became my escape. I stopped listening to music and podcasts. I do that very rarely. And it's now my like meditation time. It's my time for myself. It's my time where I can think about any issues that I've got going on, any problems that I need to solve in my head. Just, it's like my mindful time. And at some point it did become so much less about losing weight and more about just getting faster and enjoying the process of that. That's my why. I think above anything, it's for my mental health. It's just so good for it. And I remember all my colleagues when I was teaching would say to me, like, oh, you're running too much, it's going to be bad for you. You think maybe you're stressed because you're doing too much. And I would always be like, you don't want to see me if I'm not running, because then I'll be in a bad mood, don't you worry about that. So yeah, that's my why. My advice to anyone who is wanting to start running is really cliche. Find your why. And if that is to lose weight, hey, if your why is because you want to lose weight, that's absolutely fine. I think there's become some kind of negative connotation with people doing cardio to lose weight. It's completely okay. As long as you're doing it safely and... Wow. As long as you're doing it safely and smartly, as long as you're doing it safely and you actually enjoy it, then that's fine. And it might take a while for you to enjoy it. It's not going to click straight away. So as well as finding your why, I would say just keep consistent and stick with it, because it will come, I promise you. Yes, I know. There she is. Wow! Here she is. Quite controversial advice from me is to not do couch to 5k. Okay? I think as a non-runner, jumping straight into a training plan is not necessarily the best way to do it. I think at first you really just need to find the love for it. Find your own limitations, find out what's pace is hard for you, what distance is hard for you, and just kind of explore running to begin with. Because you might start couch to 5k and find it's too easy, but you stick at it because that's what it's telling you to do. You might start it and find it's too hard and you need to dial it back a little bit. I think so many people use training plans and platforms like these and then they give up very quickly because it's not actually enjoyable. You need to enjoy it. Go and join a run club. Go and drag your best friend out to go on a run with you. Run with your dog. Run to your favourite bakery and get a croissant at the end of it. Just find a reason to love running. And then once you are ready, book a race. Follow a plan. And that then does become a good way to keep you accountable. But anyway, let's talk about this race. As I said, I wasn't really too bothered about the outcome of this race because I do have Podium 5k next week, which I will also be doing a YouTube video on. But it was good. 4th women overall. What you might have seen then is a little girl overtaking me at the finish line. She actually overtook me to 3rd place and I didn't know that. Kudos to her, good job. A bit of a humbling experience, but like that must have been an amazing feeling for her, and I'm really happy for her. It was quite hilly, the course. I do think I've got I definitely have a faster time in me. I'm definitely going to do a faster time next week. I was happy. I'm happy with the performance that I put out today. It wasn't full gas, but it was still a good effort. And next week I'm ready to taper a little bit more and put the gas down even more. Got lots of exciting things coming up, including, as I've mentioned, Podium 5k next week, which I am running with Garmin. That is an event organised by Sports Shoes. It's going to be very, very intimidating, lots of fast people there. Very excited yet anxious for that one. Come April, got a few more bits. My first triathlon of the year, sprint tri. Unsure yet whether I'm going to do that, but I think I will. And then I'm actually doing my first ever cycling event in April, which is going to be the Loch Ness Etap, which is very exciting. I have also just signed up to Outlaw Nottingham 70.3, which I have done an outlaw event once and had a great experience with it back in 2023. So I'm really excited to do another one, but to do a longer one this time. And it's a flat course and I've never actually done a long, like a 70.3 distance triathlon or over on a flat course. I've never done one. Everything has been hilly. So I am excited to sort of see what I can do on a flat course, especially on the bike. Because right now all my bikes have been hilly and I've got no benchmark really for a flat course for myself on the bike. If you enjoyed this video, comment below what events you have got booked in this year, what you're excited for the most, what are you a little bit anxious for, and what's your big goal for this year? Like, we all have several races booked in, but what's the big one? As always, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for the next one.